As Jody was saying, we love to see your cameras on. I always do a shameless plug that it's always more fun when we hang out together and we can see your beautiful faces. If you're sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, I don't know how I look, you look great. I don't know that. I can't see you, but I know that you look great. So feel free to turn on your cameras on. You'll be our favorite people. For those of you that will not turn your cameras on, you still look great. And we ask that you use the interactive things at the bottom of your screen to react on your screen, and we'll have you throw some things in chat just because we believe in keeping it fun and engaged. I'm going to get our slides pulled up, and Danika is going to introduce herself while I do that.
Fantastic. Good morning, everybody. My name is Danika Grady. Obviously, you've met my business partner, Camila Arguello already. We're with Cutco Closing Gifts and 360 Business Growth, and we are super excited to be teaching this class today. It's one of our favorites, and it's also super timely right now as we're going into the summertime, especially since everybody's like so busy these days. We want to help you get more busy, you know, retain those clients, do get more business referrals, that kind of thing. So
my screen. Yep, there we go. Awesome. Great. Thumbs up. Okay, cool. Fantastic. And then again, yes, Danika mentioned my name is Camila Arguello, and we are really pumped. And we always start by thanking y'all for being here, just because we recognize that you could be doing literally anything with your lives today and not being on another Zoom call, another webinar, but you're here because you want to level up your business. So know that we really recognize that and appreciate that. And we will move through things pretty efficiently. And like I said, we'll be asking you to react on your screen. Today, I want to start by talking about the difference between customers and clients, because in our industry, we hear the word clients a lot, right? Every time that we talk about our people, we talk about clients. We never say customers, but what's the actual difference? Well, when you look at the dictionary, customer is someone who buys a good or a service from a person or a business. Kim's on camera. Heck yeah, you look great. And a client is someone who invests in the professional services of a business or person. So relating that to what we do, in real estate, a customer is someone who's just there for what they're buying. So they're there to buy or sell their house. That's it. A client is someone who's invested in not just what they're getting, but who they're getting it with. They're the ones that are there for the relationship for you. And that's what we want to build, right? In this class, we want to build that client relationship.
Yeah, absolutely. So really, the next thing we want to talk about is kind of like who we are and why we're bringing this to you today. So who are we? So we're with Cutco Closing Gifts and 360 Business Growth, like I mentioned. I've been with Cutco for almost 8 years now. Camila's been with Cutco almost 7 years, and just our individual team last year did over $1 million in sales just in the last year, and we're looking at $2 million this year. So I know that some of you are like, okay, yeah, like most of my transactions are like one of them is even more than that or almost that, but I promise our price point is a lot less. It's very exciting. However, the most significant thing about that number, by the way, isn't the fact that we did $1 million in sales in business. It's that over 50% of that business was repeat or referral business, largely using the strategies that we're going to get into today. So like, just so you know, like raise your hand if we can see you, or like throw a thumbs up in the chat or something like that if you would be interested in creating business that's 50 or more % referral or repeat business. Yeah, heck yeah, absolutely, right? Yeah.
And that really all starts with the mindset that you have with your business. You want to be more in love with your clients than you are with your business and with the numbers. Yes, we're in real estate. Yes, we all have goals. Super important. Yes. However, remember that we work in a business of people. We don't work in a business of things. So you want to treat every person as if they have a sign around their neck that says, make me feel important. Fantastic quote by Mary Kay Ash that we're really big fans of. Your job is to be a detective, y'all, to really get to know your people, to really investigate things about them. And to do that today, we're going to teach you 3 things. So for my note takers, number 1 to 3, we're going to go through the stats and the numbers behind client retention. We're going to talk about why it matters to retain your clients in the first place. And then lastly, we're going to talk about how to do it in a way that's not going to take all your time and it's not going to take all your money. Okay, those are your 2 most valuable resources. So your time and your money. So we definitely want to teach you how to maximize both of them. So if you're ready to learn those 2 things or those 3 things, go ahead and give me another thumbs up before we get into the stats and like what we're doing. Okay, cool. All right, Danika, talk to us about the numbers.
Awesome. So here are some scary stats for you. Forbes says that 68% of people feel that their salesperson is indifferent to them. And by the way, this is across all sales industries, not just real estate. Basically, people feel like customers, not clients, right? It's a transactional relationship, not like an actual relationship. And this isn't that you did something wrong or like messed up or anything like that. Just like most people just say that they don't really feel the love. They don't really feel loved by their salesperson. Now, the important part here is that if you have a 5% increase in client retention, just a 5% increase, it could increase your profits by 75%. That's a huge increase and well worth the investment in retaining those clients. And that 5% is the reason why we're going to learn what we're going to be going through today. So, I mean, we all know that it's 5 times more expensive to get a new client than to retain a current one. So like I said, we want to help you preserve that time and money that you have so little of already, and really maximize that for you. Now, in real estate, the numbers get even scarier. So I know, like, only if you're thinking like, no way, Danika, like my clients are coming back to me. Like I put the magnet on their fridge. They said they would come back. They love me. Like we have a great relationship. We've totally heard that before, to be quite honest with you. And like, like maybe like your magnet will be the one that weathers the years. But the fact of the matter is that NAR says that only 9 to 12% of people can name their realtor 2 years after the deal is done. 86% said they'd use their same realtor again, but only that small percentage actually do. And that's terrifying because a lot of the reason why those people don't remember their agent after 2 years is because they probably feel like they're part of that 68%. They probably feel like that transactional relationship because like you're just not top of mind. And you just don't have that relationship that weathers the years. So really what we're trying to create are this next slide.
Which is raving fans, right? We want raving fans versus satisfied customers. So if you look on the right, these are the people that shake your hand at the closing table. They say, thank you very much. They hear real estate 2 years later in a conversation, they just keep walking. Why? Because they don't feel loved. You want the people on the left, the people, if they're passing a Panera and they hear real estate or, oh, I need a realtor, they roll on back and they say, hey, not to eavesdrop or anything, but have I told you about my realtor, Beth? She's amazing. She's incredible. All of these things, right? If you've ever watched a soccer game in Spanish, or if you've ever passed by a bar where they're doing a soccer game in Spanish, and you've heard someone say the word goal, you want that like 2-minute stretch. That's the level of enthusiasm and excitement that you want to create in your clients, that when they hear real estate, they're like, goal. And the goal is about you because you've done that for them and you've built that relationship. And we call that your ATM machine, really, because the only thing that you own as a realtor, as a lender, as a business owner is your clients and your relationships. That's it. That's all that you specifically own. So if you put satisfied customer after satisfied customer into your business, you're effectively putting in $0. And that's not to say that anyone's worthless, because people are incredible. People are amazing. Danika and I love people. But if you're going to build a residual business, if you're going to sell it or whatever you want to do 5, 10, 15, 20 years later, you want it to be filled of raving fans, not of satisfied customers, so that your business can continue to pay you year after year after year, right?
Absolutely. So like Camila said, right, the only thing you really own is your relationships. We're going to go out on a limb here and say that nobody owns Zillow here or Trulia or anything like that. So why do we always chase like the new lead, right? The new transaction, the new thing, when we have this massive resource already in our bank, like our people. So according to NAR, the average person will give you 5 to 7 referrals across their lifetime, but you have to give them the opportunity to do so. So, and we've heard this too, right? So like Camila, Danika, like I don't need to give any gifts. Like my service is my gift, right? And here's the thing, in 2020 and 2021, when anyone can jump on their phones and shout your name over the rooftops at any given second, giving great service isn't a gift. It's like the bottom line requirement. There's absolutely no reason why you shouldn't have great service at this point. Like that's the bottom line. You have to go above and beyond, right? So like think about the times when like you've received extra thing or you've received some extra love. Like, don't you feel that love? Don't you feel that appreciation? So again, we're going to go over these 7 keys and like what you can really spend. And that's not going to cost you a ton of time and money, but you're going to see huge returns over the length of your business from it. And because like really you need to hear this, right? Like you spend so much time, so much money, so much energy getting a client, creating a customer experience, closing a transaction, following up. Doesn't it make sense they use you for the rest of their lives? Like, it just makes sense that way, right?
Yep. And the punchline in our philosophy, y'all, is a great quote by Patricia Fripp, that it's not your client's job to remember you. It's your responsibility and obligation to make sure that they never have the opportunity to forget you. So as we go through these 7 keys, y'all, we're going to challenge you, because chances are you've heard some of these before. Like, we're not promising we're going to deliver this all new information. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm blown away. I've never heard these. Probably you've heard some of them, but the question is, are you actually doing them? Number 1. And 2, do you have a system in place so that you don't have to think about doing them? Okay. So we're going to get into the how, because what do we own, right? Relationships and clients. However, to start, Danika and I always like to start with this question. So you can unmute yourself unless you're running through a wind tunnel, or you can throw it in the chat. But just as a curiosity, according to Inman, here's our question: how many touches does it take to stay top of mind with your clients over 1 year? Anybody can throw out any guess, no wrong answers.
36.
36. Kim's on it. Kim knows her numbers. And the great part about that, thank you so much, Kim, that I want to emphasize is that a lot of the times we underestimate that number hugely, largely. Call our clients 3 times a year. We hear this a lot. Danika and I hear this like, hey, I talk to my clients every quarter. That's nice. But every quarter is 4 times a year. 36 times a year breaks down to 3 times a month, which means if you're not talking to your client, if they're not seeing your name, if they're not thinking about you 36 times a year, then the average person, also according to Inman, knows 5 to 10 realtors right now. And they only retain 1 or 2 of them. So if you're not that first or that second person that they think of when they hear real estate, you're not actually remaining top of mind. So the first key is super simple, but here it is.
So the first one, like Camila said, super simple, right? Call your people base. And by the way, we do say people base, not database, because we think that people are people, not data. So call your people base. Your clients are your most valuable resource, right? So this one is so simple, I know, but I'm really constantly amazed by how many people don't have just like some way to organize their client relationship system, or like a CRM, like a client relationship management system, and don't call upon their most valuable resource. So with us at 360, like, you don't just become a number or piece of data, you're a person with goals and trials and tribulations and families and hobbies and all of these different things. So it's really a matter of how you're approaching your relationship. So my question to you is, are you calling 2 to 4 times a year simply to add value, not to be like, what can I do in real estate for you? Or like, do you need a help with something, or like a loan or a moving company, or, but like just to add, like just to help, just to be like, hey, I was thinking about you the other day. I was driving through your neighborhood or your old neighborhood or whatever. Because really here, like with this kind of thing, like the fortune is in the follow-up, right? We've been doing this for, 7, 8 years at this point. Like, we've really learned that that in order to add value, you have to follow up. And as we go through these next keys, just so you know, we know that not every client is created equal. So according to Forbes, 80% of your business comes from 20% of your clients. So the method is year after year, month after month, is isolating those people and then really going above and beyond for that select group of your clients. So as we go through the next key is like, don't think it's for necessarily like every single client. Some of them might be for everybody, but maybe not. Maybe it's just for that top 15 or 20%. And actually, Camila is going to talk about that right now.
Yeah. And that next step, y'all, is really just identifying who your goal group actually is. So how many people should it be? We recommend starting out with 25. And here's what you have to hear me on. You have to bold it in your notes, star it, circle it, put it on your fridge, whatever is going to make you retain it. You have to write it down. It must be written down. People cannot just be floating in your head like, oh yeah, they're my gold group. I appreciate them. When? In your dreams? And I don't mean to sound harsh, but I kind of do, because you have to think about the fact that if we don't actually have things written down, if you don't actually have a plan and a system and they're not organized, you won't actually appreciate them. Think about how often we think, hey, I have to do the laundry. And then we just like pass by the laundry room or the laundry basket, unless we say, hey, on Monday morning, I'm going to do the laundry, or today is the day. When we plan it, we actually do it, right? So one of your gold group members might be a prospect. Maybe it's a key person that you want to partner with that you know would increase your business dramatically. It could be a builder, an insurance partner. We're not going to tell you how to run your business or who to do it, but we can tell you that a long-term retention model has to have this. And you have to identify it in 3 places. Number 1, your CRM. Super important. If you're going to host an event, if you're going to send an email, even if you're just going to write a, hey, you know, you're super special part of my, whatever you're going to do, you have to have people like organized to do that. So you have to mark it in your CRM. If you're like, I'm not techie at all, okay, cool, put it on a spreadsheet. Like I have a CRM. Yes, I love my CRM. I'm in it every day. I also have a spreadsheet because sometimes I like looking at things just like very simply. So I have it right there. So that's the first place. Number two, second place you want to put it in is Facebook, social media, whatever you use to connect with your clients. Now, this is not me and Danika telling you go on Facebook all the time, Margarita, and just like spend your life away on Facebook. That is not what we're saying. But if you go into Facebook, you can create a list and you can put all your clients, and then you can put all your gold group clients into another list. You can log into Facebook, click newsfeed for that list, interact and see what's going on with your top people, connect with them, and then log out of Facebook. And the reason that a lot of people don't do this, y'all, is because there's no equation for ROI. I cannot say, hey, Jerry, if you comment on Kim's son's graduation from preschool, then in 14 months, you're going to have $1.4 million in business, right? Like that does not exist. So a lot of people won't do it because they don't see the back end of it. However, I can tell you that if you are present and you are engaged and people see your name and they're like, wow, yeah, like they commented on my son graduating college. They also were like telling me something funny when I posted a meme, whatever it is, like you're more top of mind with those people. And then in the last place that you want to put this is in your heart. And I know it sounds really cheesy. You're like, Camila, that's deviation from your pace as a human being. But it's really important that you actually like lead from a heart space with this. Because if you look around your house and you look at your life, your clients are the reason that you get to do what you do. Without clients, you don't have everything that you have. Just like with me and Danika. Like without our clients, we can't do our favorite things in the world, which are travel, hang out with our cats. Like my cats don't eat if I don't have clients, right? Danika and I can't enjoy our mojito hops if we don't have our clients. Like, and that's just the truth, right? So when we lead from that place, when we actually have it like, hey, I appreciate this person, it makes it so much easier to do those nitty gritty admin things that none of us want to do. Like logging into Facebook and actually putting everybody in your gold group on a list. Like that's something we don't want to do, right? But when we're from that gratitude space, we're like, hey, like these are the people that help me live the life that I have. It's a lot easier and it takes a lot less mental energy to do so. Mm-hmm. So on that same note, next key.
The next key is to customize. So this one is to like basically make sure that like you're actually appreciating clients in the way that they want to be appreciated. They would appreciate being appreciated. So how do you find out about this? Find out stuff about your clients? Well, the number one way is to ask. So we send an about you form to pretty much all of our clients, and it's like just like really simple. It's like 500 pages long. It asks for their name and their email and their phone number and their blood type and their social security number, like all those fun things, right? Obviously not, but we do ask what their like t-shirt sizes and what kind of phone they have and what their favorite cocktails are, what their favorite hobbies are, like all of these different things. And why would we want to know about all of these things? Well, why would we want to know about their t-shirt size? So that we know what size to send them when we send them a t-shirt. Or like when we know, like why we want to know that what kind of phone they have, so that when we send them a little package in the mail that says, hey, we always got you powered up with a phone charger in it, we have the right kind of phone charger for them. And we're not just sending them like a random one and hope that it's right, right? So the nice thing about this too is that when you know what people's like hobbies are, like when you know what they like to do, you probably have clients that like to do the things that you like to do, right? So it makes it really easy to appreciate these people by being like, hey, this person likes to golf, I like to golf, let's go golfing together, right? And this obviously gets a little bit easier as things like open up and we feel more comfortable doing more things, but like it can be as easy as being like, hey, I read this book and I thought of you because you said you really liked this type of book, let me stick it in the mail, right? And that becomes a really easy touch and a really easy, great, like they will remember you when you send them stuff like that, when you know that it's personalized for them. People care about people who care, so take the time to do it right, right? So, and this doesn't have to be like huge things every time. Like you don't have to send every one of your clients a custom jersey for their favorite team. Like this can be as little as like send them a best day of my life sticker and with a note that's like, hey, it was the best day of my life when I met you, like that kind of thing. Want to go a little bit bigger than that? Send a t-shirt. Like I said, send a charging cord, something like that. basically send them something cool and customized to them. In our case, obviously, we're the knife girls, so we often send customized knives, which is always fun. But really, it's not about the size of the gesture at the end of the day. It's really about the fact that you chose to do it. And that's really what matters, because your people are going to appreciate that you appreciate them.
Right. And that verbiage that's right there on the screen, y'all, is it's that simple. You can call someone or you can text someone and say, hey, think you're really awesome. I value you as a client, as a friend. Can you fill this out for me so I can send you cool stuff? That's it. Don't overthink it. It's not that complicated. And the next key, y'all, is on that same vein, right? Which is to be a connector. Now more than ever, people need help. Things will happen. Things will break. Pet sitters will be busy, whatever it is. So you want to be a local referral guide. So raise your hand or react on the screen if you're a part of any type of networking group. Anybody? No one here is in a networking group? Oh my Lord. All right, that better change from here to the next time we see you, because we are constantly talking to our clients, not to just sell them gifts, obviously that's what we do, but to see what they need. Y'all, when you can actually connect someone to a high value network, you become way, way, way more valuable. So you should be in networking groups, because you should know not to like walk in. People sometimes when we say this are like, okay, so should walk in so that way I can sell these people houses. No. You should walk in so that you know who the local plumber is, who the local HVAC person is. Like BNI is like a concept that people are like, oh yeah, that was like hot 10 years ago. No, it's hot now. And if you're there and you're the realtor in a group of people, then they can connect you and then you can connect them. And then that has power. So the next time that you're talking to a client, you're holding their hand, they're stressed out. They're like, oh my gosh, my husband's business needs a new website and we just can't find somebody, and the website developer we hired, like, blah, blah, blah. And you can say, hey, I actually have a great connection for you, and you can solve that problem. It's huge, because if you help someone solve a problem that's related to what you do, you're great at what you do. But if you help someone solve a problem beyond your profession, you become a hero. You become valuable. And you want to give referrals for things, not just like in our presentation, like right now, like HVAC plumber, that sort of thing, but just in life. You want to know the best sushi in town, the best chiropractor, etc. And you want to keep it organized somewhere so that you can give that to your clients. It could be as simple as just having a spreadsheet that says Carla's recommendations, right? And then you just have that Google Doc link or whatever you want, however you want to put it, and someone can just log in, or something that lives on your Facebook or whatever you want. And you have it there so you can give it to your clients, or bold this in your notes, walk into listing presentations with it. Like spend the time to just print it out, and you can walk into a listing presentation and say, hey, you know, Charm, I'm not just the real estate expert. I'm the local expert. I'm here to solve all of your problems. Think about the confidence that you'll have, and think about the trust that you'll build with prospective clients and your actual clients when you can be like that. And Beth would like to offer a tip. Yeah, go for it. Unmute yourself and throw it in the chat.
And I'm actually taking myself off the camera too. Hey, I just wanted to tell you that one of the networking tips along those lines is keep it on your phone, because you never know who you're going to come across, and then you can just text it to them. And if you have a recommendation for someone, and you say, well, hey, I got this, great, resource. Can I send it to you? Can I text you? What's your number? Then you have the person's phone number.
Totally. Yeah, I love that.
On your phone, right, in a file, correct?
Yeah, totally. You can keep it in a note file. You can keep it in a, if you're techie and you like to keep Google Docs on your phone or Sheets on your phone, you can do that too. You could just put it in people's contact cards. I mean, you could label the company underneath someone with just whatever their profession is. That way, when you're typing in your phone and you're searching plumber, then all of a sudden the people that you know that are plumbers pop up. That's a great point, Beth.
Thanks.
I love that. Okay, so what's the next key then, right? After you've built a really high quality network?
The next one is to never eat lunch alone. This is number 5. So this might actually sound a little challenging given our current world, but hear me out, okay? So like I drive all over California. I know Camila does too. We definitely have eaten lunch alone many a time, but 2 times a month is all you need here for this one. So you have 25 people on your gold client list. 2 times a month is 24 times in a year. The math works out perfectly. Give or take one. So so basically you're taking your top clients or your top prospects. I was a lit major, so so out to lunch. So if you don't have the budget for that, no worries. Like we totally get it. We've been there. So just do coffee or something like that, right? Like $3 or $4 for a cup of coffee, whatever. And right now, that as like things are opening up a little bit, or like if you don't feel comfortable going out to lunch or anything, like look what we're doing right now, right? Like call someone, have a Zoom call, be like, hey, I was just thinking about you and wanted to catch up. Can we schedule a quick Zoom call? Can we schedule a quick FaceTime? And it's not a work thing either. So you're just like hanging out, like when you would just be sitting at home alone anyway, right? So you can even go above and beyond and send food to their house too. Like, what's it take to spend $25 on DoorDash and get food over to a lender that you know is swamped right now and you really want to get in front of? So like, how many people take the time, right? Like, it takes 5 minutes of research on Facebook to see the thing they posted last week about their favorite food that they got delivered to their house, and then you do the same. Like, we have less cost than ever, so there's potentially some client retention income that you can use here. So you can just call them up and say like, hey, I'm eating alone, let's grab a call. And just so you know, like, the thought here is really one of the things that counts the most too. Like, you don't even necessarily, okay, so like, I would obviously suggest following through on your word, right? Like, let's have lunch together, actually have lunch. However, if it doesn't work out because like the timing doesn't work out, or just like you don't match up or anything like that, oftentimes even just the phone call stands out. Like, even just the fact that you were like, hey, let's grab lunch, let me send you over something, like that makes them feel appreciated. And that appreciation like can happen all year round, anytime that you're eating alone. But there is actually one day of a year, like the most important day a year, that actually makes the biggest difference for someone to feel appreciated.
Dun, dun, dun. Some of you were thinking it. You're like, am I on the right path? Yes. Have a birthday system is the 6th key. You want to get people excited, you appreciate them on their birthday. So here's some ideas for you. You can send them a tiny love card. You can send them, that's a company, by the way. You can send them a book. You can send them a sticker. You're thinking, I don't have time for any of that, Camila and Danika. I'm swamped. Okay, cool. Use social media. But do not write on their wall. This is not us telling you to write HBD on someone's Facebook wall. No. Not saying it's not appreciated. They're like, wow, you wrote 3 letters. But Facebook lumps them all together. They will not see it. But you can hit message on Facebook, or hear me out, you can press record and film a video. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, oh my God, a video. Okay, you look great. Like I said, you're here. And if you're terrified of it, it's okay. You're just going to do it. So if you're wondering, what would you send someone in a happy birthday video? This is literally what I send to my clients. I just press send, press record on my phone, and it just sounds something like, hey, Malia, it's your birthday today. Happy birthday. Whether you play all day today, you work all day today, somewhere in between, I hope that you get some time today to appreciate everything that you bring to your team, everything that you bring to the world, and know that I appreciate you as a client, as a friend, or even just like as one of my VIPs, very important people. And I hope that you have an awesome rest of your day. I can't wait for the next time that we can connect. Happy, happy birthday. Done. 20 seconds or 30 seconds out of my day is gone, and they feel super appreciated. You will not believe how many people are like, oh my God, you know my birthday? Because how many people actually nowadays take the time to call people on their birthdays? Like, half my family doesn't even call me, okay? They send me a text. None of them send me birthday videos, by the way, just in case you're wondering. But that really, really stands out and people are excited. And if you want to, you can incorporate that about you form. So for example, yesterday, I sent a birthday text to one of my clients, and in it, I know that he likes coffee, he likes whiskey, and he likes barbecue, okay? 3 main things that he loves. So in the video, I was like, hopefully you got either some coffee, some whiskey, or some barbecue, or maybe all 3 if you were feeling, you know, like you were wanting to go big or go home. Happy, happy birthday, buddy. And that was it, right? And just that can take so much, right? So 2 things that you want to put in your notes on the birthday system. Number 1, it has to be a system. You don't want to just avant-garde, like, oh, I'm just going to do birthdays now. Okay, cool. But how? You want to think about the back end. Are you going to connect your calendar to your Facebook so every day it pops in, here are people's birthdays? I know plenty of people will do that. Are you going to keep a spreadsheet where you put all your people's birthdays? Are you going to put it into your CRM? Are you going to do a combination? For me, what works best is to put it in CRM, and I have an action that triggers on people's birthday. It says, hey, it's Jody's birthday today, send her a video. And then I send the video, and then I make a new action for the next year, and boom, done. That's how I do it, just because I minimize how much time, you know, otherwise I'm scrolling through cat videos my whole life, right? So you want to do that, right? Have a system, have something that you're going to do. You can make a reminder. You could even literally just say, like, tell your phone Siri, hey, remind me on this day to wish this person a happy birthday. You could tell Alexa, whatever you want to do, just make sure that you actually plan to do it so that it works for you. The second thing that you want to know here is that here's where knowing your clients becomes really, really important, y'all. If your clients are Jehovah's Witnesses, chances are they're not going to appreciate a birthday text. So you want to be aware of people's lives and what they appreciate, what they don't. What they might appreciate is a happy anniversary text, right? Like, hey, the best day of my life is the day that you and I connected and we got to work together. Happy, happy anniversary. You could celebrate that every year. My point is just that it's important for you to know who your clients are, what they believe, what they practice, so that you don't inadvertently send someone something that they're like, that lands absolutely zero to me, right? And really quick, Danika is going to share our gifting system, because trust me, if there was a different thing to be doing, we'd be doing it. When it comes to most gifts, most things that people give, 90% of them are consumable. Things like wine, things like baskets. And that's not really a system to keep it top of mind. And if there was, we would promote that. So real quick, Danika, hit it.
Okay, so the thing you do hear us saying over and over and over again is having a system for everything. So what we really do for our clients is create a system so that all of the time and energy you normally spend putting together your gifts and a client appreciation and gold group gifting and all of these different things for your clients, we basically keep track of all of that for you. So I know that there are some of you who have heard of Cutco on this call right now. If you haven't, let me tell you, it's awesome. So our company is a family-owned, US made, and has gone above and beyond for their employees during this entire last year and a half during the pandemic. I'm not going to go through like everything that we do for you. There's quite a bit that we can take off your plate and make systematized and streamlined for you. But basically, our gifting systems, they last forever. They're used every day by everyone. They're made in the US and guaranteed forever. So, you know, free sharpening and free replacements, that kind of thing. High quality. We brand your information on your gifting system, so it's 100% tax deductible for you. So we're making your money work for you better. And it is easily scalable as your business grows as well. So bottom line, we basically have the philosophy that like you're already spending money on your gifting and your client appreciation, or if you're not, well, hopefully from here on out, that's good. You will. And basically we can help you shift that same expense to something that you can deduct. So people ask us all the time, like, Camila, how's the knife business? Honestly, we're packed, we're busier than ever. Part of that is because at no point before in history, people have been as home as they're much now. Now, because we are the gifting girls and because we're the Cutco girls, we are going to end today with some free Cutco and a drawing for you guys. So of course, because that's what we do every single time, we give you some free Cutco. So we're going to have you shoot a text message to 925-698-3087 to get in the drawing for some free Cutco, just as a quick thank you for being here and listening to us chat and learning some stuff for your business. So go ahead and grab your phone, grab out a text message, include your name and your email address. If you're interested in learning some more about our gifting systems, you want us to help you set up your business with it, include Sharp, SHARP, for some more information. But if you just want to be in the drawing, no worries. Like, just include your name and your email address so we can contact you for the drawing. It'll be great. So 925-698-3087. I know Camila's going to put it in the chat here as well for you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Danika. Donald, to answer your question, no, we just bring free stuff whenever we talk, if you want to have it. So anyways, y'all, what we want to end today with classes, the big question that we always like to ask people is really, what are you building? Because what choice are you going to make today that's going to impact your business in a positive way 5, 10, 15, 20 years later? The people who take action now are the people that are rewarded later. And if you think about it, you can read all the books in the world, you can do all the classes, all the webinars, but if you don't put things into your business, if you don't implement, your business doesn't actually grow. So this starts today. And we're so serious about saying that we want to make sure that you take action today. If you're a person that needs extra accountability, feel free to text us or email us or do whatever you want and let us know that you want some extra accountability, whatever your step is today, whether that's organizing your gold group list or that's building a birthday system, whatever it is, we're happy to help you hold accountable to that as well, just because we really believe in it. And if you want, since you've already started texting us and you have that thread going, if you want the About You form, feel free to let us know and we will also send you that form. And then finally, the last thing we always wrap with is our favorite Maya Angelou quote, which is, at the end of the day, people are not going to remember what you said or did, they will remember how you made them feel. And we really believe in the importance of investing in relationships, because we're a firm believer that when we do, we can start to move our industry away from some of those negative stereotypes. Some people definitely believe that all realtors do is sign a couple of DocuSign forms and make 40 grand. We know, you know, that that's definitely not the case. So the more that we can invest in our people, the more that we can love on them, the happier that they are, the more satisfied they are, and the more that we can build better communities together that actually appreciate everything that is that you do. So we super appreciate the time today, and appreciate you hanging on with us a couple minutes over. We will open it up for questions for 2 minutes in case anyone has anything like right now burning questions that you want answered. If you are just blown away by all the information, that's okay too. So anybody have any questions? Are you feeling awesome?
Carla had a question. What CRM do you use or recommend?
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, so we have our own CRM built out. Jody, I don't know if through SCORE there is a CRM that you recommend. No? Okay. So I know that a lot of my agents love LionDesk. That works really, really well for them. I would say you can do a lot of research online to just kind of see what fits you better. And if you text us or email us, I have a couple of other ones depending on what you like. Yeah.
Thanks, Kim.
Awesome. Thanks, Kim. Cool. Awesome. Jerry said he has ideas about monthly flyers with hometown community. That's awesome. Yeah, definitely do that as well. And you got it. I'm plugging that in right now. Margarita wants our phone number. Yes, we got it. You know what, Danika, I'm just gonna plug my phone number in here. This is our phone number. For some reason, it's not coming up with, it's not letting me copy and paste. So I was gonna copy and paste, but yeah, feel free. Right there's a number. Again, name and email just for the free stuff, and you got it. So thank y'all for being on class today. We super appreciate you. We super appreciate the time. And again, feel free to reach out to us however we can support your business, whether that's just accountability, that's ideas, or you like mojitos and you want to go out with a mojito for whatever you want.
Jody can attest that we're super fun to hang out with.
Yeah.
That's a true statement.
Leah, you have a standing invitation for our next time.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, so we super appreciate you, and we look forward to seeing what y'all do with this information and how you create a better and a more fun and fulfilling business. And we hope you have a super sharp rest of your day. Have a great rest of your day.
And we'll see you guys.